93 Boxing, back with a big video. Manny Pacquiao will be fighting Jeff Horn soon. I don't know when he's gonna fight. He's a shit fight, bro. Look, I watched Jeff Horn footages, some of his highlights, and I thought Jeff Horn's pretty decent, but he's not beating Pacquiao because there's a big difference between a good fighter, a decently good fighter, and a higher level, world class elite fighter. Manny Pacquiao's still an elite fighter. I consider people like Danny Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Errol Spence to be elite fighters. I mean, in that division. I mean, Floyd Mayweather back, right? He's back, so obviously he's elite. But like all these fighters are kind of elite, and especially compared to the whole grand scheme of things, like in terms of boxing as a whole, professional boxing as a whole. Obviously, we differentiate between someone like a Danny Garcia and a Floyd Mayweather, but they're all elite fighters, to be honest. They're just levels to elite, but they're all elite. Jeff Horn is not elite. He's got some nice movement. He can punch. He can punch a little bit, and yeah. He's not like he's pillow fisted. He's got some decent skills. He's not a straight up brawler with no skills. Sean Porter, in my opinion, is a bit of an elite fighter, but not too much. But let me get into the main point of the video before boring you to death. Initially, when I saw him, I was like, nah, he's not beating no Manny Pacquiao. But today, I saw 2 hours ago a video of Jeff Horn being trained by his trainer, doing some mid work. Jeff Horn might just get knocked out from watching that. he looked not too bad. He looked pretty sharp. It's just like his trainer, man. His trainer, like the punches that I don't know, man. His trainer seems horrible. I know it's not a good way of gauging how the fight's gonna go, but they were so horrible. It's like, what the fuck? Jeff looks like he's about to get knocked out, man. I mean, his trainer was awful, man. And I think I wasn't the only one. The comments said it as well. The trainer was just bad. True, with a trainer like that, I think any fighter will get knocked out. I'm joking. I'm joking, man. I'm joking. But you know what? Manny Pacquiao's fighting Jeff Horn, right? We've never seen Manny Pacquiao cherry picked to this level in a long time. I mean, when have you seen Manny Pacquiao fight a fighter of this magnitude, this lower level? Like, this fight will be on free TV in America. Manny Pacquiao is going to be on free TV in America, right? So Manny Pacquiao is fighting this, right? Floyd Mayweather is fighting McGregor, and you have Miguel Cotto's fighting Kamagai. Now, all of these three fighters, they're Hall of Fame legends, as we all know. But all of these three fighters are not fighting anyone of note this year. And yet, this year has been amazing. 2017 has been probably the best year since when? I mean, I can't remember, but there's been many good years. But 2017 has been at least 2-3 years, maybe even 4. Yes, that 2017 is better than 2016, 15, 14, 13, maybe even 12. I can't remember that far. I can't remember which fight exactly went on, but here's the thing, right? 2017 has been a great year, and yet these Hall of Fame fighters have been they're not doing shit, to be honest. They're just like whatever. They're not doing much really. Mayweather McGregor's not keeping boxing alive in terms of hardcore boxing fans, things like that. But hardcore boxing fans and even casual fans will sometimes say, if Floyd Mayweather retires, what's going to happen to boxing? That's something they would question. Same with Manny Pacquiao. If he retires, because eventually these guys are getting old. These are elite fighters. What's going to happen to boxing when they retire? 2017 is proof that nothing's going to happen to boxing if they retire. I mean, except that we won't be getting the huge pay-per-view thing like we did with Mayweather and even Manny Pacquiao. He gave some big fights, but boxing's not going to die. Boxing's bigger than it's ever been. I mean, in terms of boxing, it's really alive. But it's not, when I say bigger than it's ever been, I'm talking about how alive it is, not in terms of revenue generated, but in terms of how alive it is. And boxing's alive and well. I can show you that. I mean, we've had some great fights. James DeGo, Badu Jack, World Kovalev rematch, Anthony Joshua, Klitschko, Brooks, Spence, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. These are some of the fights I'm just mentioning off the top, and these are some of the fights that's already happened. We got Canelo Triple G coming up. Um, Broner Garcia is not a huge fight, but it's still a fight, big fight, and it's a good competition, right? Um, finally we're gonna have to, we had some good fights. We had fighters who we never thought would fight. I mean, at least who I never thought would fight. Top fighters ended up fighting good fighters. I think we all know what we were talking about. Triple G. We see Triple G versus Danny Jacobs again. That's another one, right? I mean, Kelbrook will spend. Who would have thought, right? In 2010, Kelbrook will fight someone like a Triple G and Errol Spence. I personally think he did it for the money, but credit to him, he still took the fight. Now the reason why I say credit to him is because a lot of Telbrook fanboys talk shit about me, but it's all good, man. Now boxing will be fine. Some of us fans need to stop with the Mayweather thing, the Pacquiao thing, and all that. Something's valuable because we put value into it. Like the Mayweather McGregor fight will be valuable because we're putting value into it. At the end of the day, people will still buy this stuff. A lot of people that know that this fight is going to be garbage will probably buy this stuff. They know it's a garbage fight. They know it's a garbage mismatch, and yet they're going to buy this just because it's a big event. They're putting value into it, right? So it's not different. It's not any. It's the same thing. Like if people stop putting attention on shit fights, right? I start putting attention on good fights. And ever since Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao is kind of fading off, in terms of they're going into retirement, and Manny Pacquiao is kind of like talking gibberish, and to the point where you think, oh shit, he's done. He's not fighting any. He's fighting recycle fights. He's fighting Jesse Vargas, and then he's fighting Jeff Horn. Like, who's gonna take him seriously now? Like, he's not gonna be living up to the hype that he was living. So you have that, and yet boxing is going alive, man. We don't need these big, huge name fighters. Canelo's a big name fighter. We're gonna have big name fighters, and fighters become big names when we put value into it. They become big pay-per-view attractions when we put value into it, right? If no one watched Floyd Mayweather fight, people say Floyd Mayweather is boring, but they still put value into it, right? If you think it's boring, why watch the fight? And if people actually didn't watch the Floyd Mayweather fight, didn't pay pay-per-view for it, whatever, do you think he'd be valuable? No. He wouldn't be worth much. I mean, it's really how much people put value into it. But, that's really all I have to say. I personally think as boxing goes on, hopefully, people will be putting values on big fights, good fights. And that's really all I have to say. 93 Boxing, I'm out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.